Okay, let's get to the top 20 of 2020 as selected by us. First one is one of my choices. Again, the one we're listening to right now in the background is an honorable mention called She Saw Death from the game Disc Room. Great track. This one I picked because it reminded me a little bit of Persona. This one is called Paradise Stay Forever, Paradise Killer. The composer of this song used to play in a bunch of wedding cover bands, and they played a lot of 1980s pop songs. So he used that sort of knowledge of that fun, bouncy pop song style of playing and then combined it with what you need out of video game music and came up with something I really like. This is Paradise Stay Forever. Just caught me sick breed. I know Europeans are well into the sauce by this time of day. What a great track, eh? Super fun, super bouncy. Bow, bow. Really nice low bass. Musicians just having fun, playing really fun riffs, really exploring the song, kind of like taking a pop song and just like swinging it around over their head and really beating the hell out of it. Big key change here. Almost a parody of these songs, but still done with a lot of heart and feels very genuine to me. It's just getting crazy here. All right, our next track will be from, well, I don't know if I'm ready to go that dark just yet. Let's try to find something that's kind of halfway in between all that darkness. All right, this next one is from Trials of Mana. This is Powell. Really great track. Another one that reminds me of Chrono Trigger. I guess the JRPGs of that time had a definite flavor, but Chrono Trigger always sounds a bit more kind of bouncy and a little more new agey reverb on the percussion, really light percussion, a lot more air and breathiness, as opposed to stuff from I find like the Nobuo Uematsu stuff from Final Fantasy is a lot more condensed and more MIDI sounding, whereas the Chrono Trigger stuff from Chrono Cross always had a little more like it was being naturally played by an orchestra. It's a really great track. We were trying to avoid anything from remakes that are the same songs, but because this is a song that was never released in the West before, that's fine. If this was a Japanese show, I'd say, I already removed some of the ones that were remakes. I removed the Final Fantasy VII stuff, and there was some stuff that was released in 2019 I got rid of, and there was some Space Channel 5 stuff I removed too, as well. Great track. All right, I think now we can settle down and get not quite as dark as I'd like with, say, The Last of Us, but we'll get there. We're going to get on our way down. All right, this next one is Seraphine's Ultimate Skins music, and they usually only play a specific part of the song. I'm reading on the YouTube description, which depends on the number of allies around her. This YouTube uploader, Exus, thought it would be best to take specific audio clips from the Champion folder to recreate the song as a whole rather than a continuous loop. Pretty nice. It's got a nice modern vibe to it, kind of dreamy and dirty at the same time. Feels like you're stuck in your dark bedroom playing far too much League of Legends and really kind of getting into the groove. It's a really, really nice track. Really, I love the dreamy tones, everything around it. Great stuff. Next up, from The Last of Us Part 2, this is Beyond Desolation. This is the credit song, though. This is the end. It's a great opening song or ending song. I think I would like it as the either or. I mean, Last of Us has so much baggage with it, behind it, so it makes sense. This is a really, really beautiful track. Just sad, desolate, but enough propulsion with the beat to make it sound like life is still moving forward. And that, like Last of Us, you have to live with the consequences. And look on the brighter side of things, even with your stumpy little fingers that you now have. Great track. Great track. All right, let's pump it up again with something from the new Space Channel 5, the VR game. This is a Japanese song, and I can't read the katakana. So I'll put it in the chat, and you can decide for yourself what this is called. Maybe, I wonder if I can Google Translate it. All right, Space Channel VR game. Hope it's new. Dance Galaxy. Thank you, Siflon. Interesting track. It has a bit of a James Bond theme, sort of like the 1960s era type symphony. Really, really kind of fun hybrid of a pop lounge band with some symphony trumpets and some strings, the Latin percussion, some of the James Bond chord movements. Pretty fun, interesting. Only a minute long. In Space Channel 5. Wonderful. Next up is gonna be... I don't think we're ready to get that dark yet. Can't get that dark. All right, this one's a little brighter. very Western sounding song. Some of the chord progressions and of course the percussion and the rhythm is very, very Western. What an amazing blend of old, new, vintage, retro, chiptunes, really new sounds. I mean, it sounds like we have Jeff Ball playing a live violin, a real live violin. I only have to hold it in his hands like a big mighty fish, and guitar. Fantastic track. I never heard of this game, but I found this on some website talking about their favorite music of 2020. A fantastic one. All right, this next track is from Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, Winding Roots. That's a really nice track. It's got some generic melodies here and there, but there's actually so much movement in the track. It goes so many places. I could see this is the OST before the final boss. It does feel like everything is coming together. They're probably grabbing different melodies and themes from previous music in the game to bring it all together before you face that final boss. A fantastic track. Alright, this next one's from a little game that came out this year.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard, but now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So get away, another way to feel what you do on yourself, to know and let yourself go. You know you do lose your self-control. There's snow with the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you do let yourself go, let yourself go. Is that so what do you want?
think it does a good job of trying to sound like what teenage girls might be listening to in their bedrooms. I could see them, their feet in the air, dreaming of meeting a Netrunner hero, non-binary, non-sexual hero of theirs. I think it's got its feet pretty planted in modern times though. Not even modern. It actually sounds like an old pop song from sort of the 90s or 2000s. Like if the Cyberpunk was made in the 90s of a vision of the future. Not a bad little track. Next up, let's do some more Cyberpunk, shall we? Nope. We're going to do Speedy Wonder from the Paper Beast original soundtrack.
スピード感のない恋は嫌なのスピード感のない恋は嫌1分間で全てが変わる一瞬が一生繰り返す丸まって転がるか角張って居座るかどっち丸まって膨らむか角張って重なるかどっちややややややややビオの妻に大爆笑半身浴のように飛ばす流れる汗より本当のことがいつまで経っても分かんない今日一日中考えたら明日になってるいつの間に明日に近づいてたら明後日どころかしあさってあっという間という間という間時間泥棒火を照らして火を逃して火に登って奪うファイトって誰だって私以外いいと思うことなどないやい彼だって私以外いいと思うことなどないやいやいやいやいやいやいやスピード感のない野球中継スイーツ感のないパンケーキスリット感のないタイトスカートレパートリーのない献立今朝なんかさ探しまくったスタジオ帰りのミュージシャン流れる汗の方向性が間違ってるって教わりたい今日もギターをかき鳴らして明日も多分かき鳴らす上手になるより大事なことを上手な君に教わりたいリンゴ1個蝶が1個花で吸った井の頭公園ボート1個男女一対オールずっとアイアイアイアイアイアイアイ一瞬が一生繰り返す
You know, from the opening notes of this, I thought this was going to be annoying, but it goes to enough dramatic places and has some, like, a fun playfulness to it that keeps it not being obnoxious. And there's, like, some fun guitar tones. Kind of sounds like the Arctic Monkeys, if the Arctic Monkeys were teenage Japanese girls. That's pretty cool. Speedy Wonder, Paper Beast. Let's get these guitar tracks out of the way. Also from Cyberpunk, this is Never Fade Away by Samurai, or Refused.
We lost everything! We had to pay the price! Yeah, we lost everything! We had to pay the price! I saw in you what life was missing. You lit it for
Are these guys Swedish? They sound kind of Nordic in the way they pronounce their S's and their melodic sensibilities. Is this the real Refuse that did New Noise 15 years ago or so? The song, I think it's okay. It's got some ideas. Kind of sounds a bit, I don't know, forced to me. But it reminds me of Johnny Silverhand's character. He's trying to force himself all the time to be cool. I'm gonna bring down that corporation, yeah. Yeah. Alright, next up is from something just as serious. This is the Fanged Fastener Stapler from Paper Mario Origami King. Nintendo gets metal. I think Mario got more metal than Refused. More hard rockin'. That was good. Especially with all those fun little Nintendo colors in between there that are really, really nice. That was nice. Very, very nice. This one I wasn't sure if I wanted to put in because I think it's basically a reworking of the Breath of the Wild music. But we've had some gray area elsewhere on the list. This is the champion Mifa from Hyrule Warriors of Age of Calamity. Wow. Really nice track. It starts off just kind of doing its thing, slowly building. You think it's going to be your typical sort of orchestrated affair, but it gets very, very dramatic, very moving, very emotional. I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Anytime I'm gonna like a track, I'm probably gonna say something like, it goes to some emotional places, because I like things to be very dramatic. That's what grabs my attention and pulls me over. This one is strong enough that I don't think it's a straight remix of stuff from Breath of the Wild. I think it stands on its own enough, but it's still breaking the rules slightly. So you shall be punished brutally. This is from Kingdom Hearts, Melody of Memory. Dearly beloved. I said some really important things about Kingdom Hearts. I guess they'll never be heard. Working our way into the darkness. This is Chronos Before the Ashes. Labyrinth Garden. Very John Williams with the playful orchestration, things kind of flitting in and out, lots going on. Pretty inventive track. Really nice. Chronos Before the Ashes, Labyrinth Garden. Thanks, Pick Prince. I'm glad you brought this to my attention. Next up, we're getting real dark here. This is Remothered, Broken Porcelain, track 3. Welcome to the Ashman Inn. And that was Remothered of Broken Porcelain. Welcome to the Ashman Inn. Okay, thank you. I think we'll enjoy our stay here at the Ashman Inn.
Oh, you will. You will.
How are we going to get out of that? This is from a Yakuza, Like a Dragon. I don't know what track it is, though. Lena can help us out. This might not be the right one. That's a good track. Well, sometimes the Yakuza tracks can be kind of dense and flat sounding to me. They're exciting and there's a lot going on, but this one has a really nice dynamic, quiet to loud, different nice instrument choices. There's actually space. There's a lot of heart in the middle of it. Welcome, David Taggart. It did sound like Muse. It reminded me of their the song they wrote for the Olympics. Survive, I think? That's a really nice track. All right, let's get down and dirty with one of my picks from Cyberpunk. This is called Wushu Dolls. That's nice. Wushu dolls from Cyberpunk. Pretty interesting. Probably the best part of the game is the soundtrack. These are... this is actual from the score of the game. Wonderful. Alright, this next one is from Hades, which was voted Game of the Year by a few places. This track features Ashley Barrett duetting with the composer. I think his name is Corb. I don't want to ruin it. Anyways, this is one of two tracks that was recorded in Abbey Road Studios, the same Abbey Road Studios that the Beatles recorded their stuff in. This is called In the Blood. When I was cycling through the Hades tracks, I wasn't super grabbed by any of them, but the more I listened to them, the more they really grabbed me. They're sort of apparently they're inspired by Tom York of Radiohead. I don't really hear that. Maybe the high vocals and the otherworldliness. They said they wanted to go for like a mystical vibe, but it's got this sort of like Greek mystical mixed with metal. And I think this is probably the best example of that. And I think you can feel the energy and how excited they were to compose this. Not compose it in Abbey Road, but to record it in Abbey Road, where they had gone to Abbey Road to record all the symphony and the strings stuff for all of Supergiant's previous games. I think they remastered all the music for Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, and then while they were there, they decided let's do 2 tracks for Hades while we're in one of the most famous music studios of all time, In the Blood. Very nice. All right, our last track of the week is going to be mine, Outsider No More. Nice chill one to end it off. Chillin' deep. Outsider No More. I think this one really reminds me of the vibe that I get from other Cyberpunk games. Deus Ex, and Shadowrun, the more like darker, underbelly, thoughtful, sci-fi elements of it. I think it's really restrained and really gorgeous. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, this is the end of it. Thank you for watching our best music of 2020. Next week will be office themes. What does that mean? Whatever it means to you. Office themes. Or maybe we could do hangovers. Hangover. The dryness of January. I don't know. We'll discuss on the stream. But if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, thanks for watching. See you next time.